Hi guys, this is the last part of this 5 video presentation. We're going to answer questions that you had. This is where we are. If you didn't watch the previous videos, well, I invite you to watch them. So let's take the questions. So I have the questions here written on the side. So they are sorted into two categories, the one related to cryptocurrencies and what about the service that we offer. So let's start with the cryptocurrency questions. Um, is Bitcoin the best currency? I heard there are many different cryptocurrencies. So it's true. There are about 5,000 cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin, I don't know if it's the best, and it's impossible to say if it's the best because it depends on different criteria. Bitcoin is the very first cryptocurrency that existed. So in terms of technology, it was not the best, but in terms of usage, it's actually very good. And people compare Bitcoin to gold, to digital gold, and they want to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin is safe. Based on what I was telling you before, the Bitcoin is an amazingly good cryptocurrency. And as an investment, it's good to own some cryptocurrencies, but it's very volatile. So the price can be multiplied by 2 in few days. It can be divided by 2 in few days as well. So there's a lot of volatility around that. Saying that it's the best or not the best, well, you have two schools basically. Some people, they only want to buy Bitcoin and hold some Bitcoin for the long term. And some people want to buy a different type of currencies. Because there are some other currencies which have the potential to have the price multiply by 100 or maybe even 1,000. We don't know. We don't know. But Bitcoin multiplied by 1,000, well, it is possible. It is possible, but it's going to be more difficult than for some other currency. So we can't really say that Bitcoin is better than others. It's just the most famous. It's just the most famous, and it's a good store of value, and we can use it like we would be using it for holding some gold. So the next question is, do you think that crypto is the best way to invest today? So again, cryptocurrencies is a very good way to invest. I can't say it's the best one. And I can't say it's the best one because there's this volatility that I was telling you about. If you invest at the wrong time, and if you are a bit emotional, you can lose everything. Because you can say, okay, the price is here, and actually a few weeks later, the price is there. And what you do, you keep for long term, or you say, no, I lost so much money, I close everything, I want to get back my money. So there's a lot of volatility, and it has to be used with care. Real estate is a very good way to invest as well. So you can't even compare cryptocurrencies and real estate because real estate is much safer. But if you invest, for example, 10,000 euros cash in a real estate, well, your investment is not going to be multiplied by 50, because with 10,000 euros, you can buy maybe a parking lot, a spot. So that's a completely different investment. Of course, in real estate, you could use the leverage, like borrow money from the bank, but that's another story. So I don't think crypto is the best way to invest, but it is a way that you can't ignore. Well, if the price is multiplied by 50 or 100 in the coming 10 years, and you see a presentation like this one, and you just say, well, not for me, I prefer, not for me, crypto, again, not the service itself, but cryptocurrency, not for me. I want to ignore that. That's, and I think you can regret that. Because again, in the worst case scenario, where you will lose some money that you invested, but in the best case, you can multiply your investment by 100. That's the best case. And on top of that, all the things that you can learn about cryptocurrencies, etc. And remember, we think that cryptocurrencies are the future of the money. It's not going to replace euro or dollars or yen. It's not going to replace the national currencies, but it will be on top of it. or along with it going. And if it's really becoming popular, then you just can't ignore it. Even if I repeat 20 times the same thing, I think that that's the main thing, which is very, very important. You just can't ignore cryptocurrencies and just decide, well, I'm not going to invest. Well, that's my opinion. Last question about cryptocurrencies. How can I use the cryptocurrencies in the real world? That's a very good question. So there are different ways. So the first thing is that you have more and more merchants that are accepting Bitcoin. Now there are more than 20,000, and 3-4 years ago, it was less than 10,000. So it's multiplied by 2, like twice as much. And every day there are more and more and more people and services and merchants accepting Bitcoins as a way of paying. Another way is maybe more down the earth for everyone. And it's a gateway between cryptocurrencies and the real world. Let's call it the real world. It's to have bank cards. So there are companies like Crypto.com or WireX that are issuing some cards branded by Visa. You know, Visa, the regular cards, Visa, MasterCard. So they have some cards. And what's happening is that you have an application that you can run on your phone. So of course you open an account with the company, and then you can send some Bitcoins directly on the application on the phone, convert them into your currency, for example, euros, and then from that you can pay directly anywhere where you would pay with a regular bank that is accepting a Visa or MasterCard. So that's extremely convenient. It allows you to mine Bitcoin, for example, or to buy Bitcoin somewhere, or to receive Bitcoin as a way of payment, and then to send it on your phone, convert it, and pay directly with your card. So it's accepted absolutely everywhere. Now we're gonna talk about Summit mining because you had some questions. Can I mine only Bitcoin and get paid in Bitcoin? So no, because all the machines are shared all together. You are necessarily going to mine all the cryptocurrencies that we mine. But if you do not want the other cryptocurrencies but only Bitcoin, when we send you once per month the payments, you can convert them everything into Bitcoin because that's your money then. So you can do whatever you want. So you can convert it into Bitcoin, or you can even convert it into regular currencies like euro, dollar, etc. So you will do whatever you prefer. Second question. I'm ready to invest with you. What should I do, and how does the investment process happen? So the first thing is that our company is registered in Ireland, in Dublin. So the very first thing is to sign a contract with us. So that's the very first step. You sign a contract. We sign as well. And then you send the money to us, the funds that you want to invest with us, starting with 2,000 euros. These funds are going to be used to place an order. Okay, so the order is happening once per month only. So it's not like a marketing strategy to try to get your money before the 10th of the month or whatever. That's the way it works. So we need to have this money to buy the machines, because with all the money that we have, then we can place a larger order. And I was telling you that with larger orders, we can get larger discounts. So if you miss, let's say you miss the train and you miss the date, it doesn't mean that it's lost forever, but you will have to wait for the next round, which will be the next month, basically. And then, so the way we are proceeding with payments and everything is that at the end of the month, actually the first day of the following month, we send you a report, a very, very long and detailed report, which is explaining what happened in the previous months in terms of mining, how much money we made, and how much money you made with your investment. And then you have a few days to decide with this money that you made what you want to do with it. And you have two options. Option number one is very simple. We send it to you. on your cryptocurrency account. If you don't know how to set it up, well, we are here to help you, so it's very easy. Or second option, first option, we send it to you. Second option, you can reinvest these funds in the next order. And like that, you get more machines. That's important. Next question, how soon after sending the funds I start mining? Well, it's very related to what I was actually saying. So you start mining. So we buy the machine once per month, that now you understand. And when those machines that we bought are installed, that's when you start mining all the currencies that we are mining, all the cryptocurrencies. So even if we only buy Bitcoin machines on a certain month, of course you mine all the machines because all the machines are shared, but you will actually start mining only when the order that we placed with your funds is actually installed. Fourth question, and then we will have one last one. Is the profit the same every month? So no, it's not the same every month, the profit, because it really depends on the price of the cryptocurrency that we mine. So if the price, let's take always the example of Bitcoin, it's easier like that to understand. If we mine Bitcoin and the price is at that level, we're going to have a high return on investment. But if the price is here, we're going to have a lower return on investment. So we can't guarantee what will be the profit, but it's not the same every month. That's for sure. If you check the link on Instagram, actually, we put every month, we put on the first day of the month, we put the profits month per month, okay? So since the beginning of 2019, you can see each month how much money we mined for our client. But that's actually related to the last question. How do we calculate the return on investment and the profits? So we compute it on a monthly basis. So we have machines already running with clients in place, and we consider how much made one client, which is a real number, of course, huh? How much a client made if he was mining from the first day of the month to the very last day of the month, and selling on the very last day of the month all the cryptos that he mined, okay? And this number, this amount, at the price of the cryptocurrency on the very last day of the month, we can see how much money he actually made, and based on how much he invested, that's the return on his investment. So that's it for now. That's all. That was the fifth video of this series. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned plenty of things. And if you want to join us, or you want to ask some question or learn more about what we are doing and everything, feel free to visit those links, and we'll be very happy to help you move on to the next step. Thank you very much. Bye.